Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just a single game here from me today. We've got Shine over in the top center, Speed in the center right. Tomorrow I'm going to be driving all the way down to Tokyo. I actually haven't talked about this at all on the channel so far, but the reason I'm driving out to Tokyo is because my mother-in-law had a stroke about 6 months ago. She has been in the hospital all this time, just kind of rehabilitating, and she's finally going to be able to come back home. So need someone to drive her back, something like 7-8 hours drive, and we're gonna head out there, pick her up and bring her back over the next couple of days. So I put together some extra casts for you guys, just some kind of meme games that are gonna be pretty fun to watch, and I'll be releasing those while I'm not at my desk. Maybe I'll bring my computer along as well, but probably I won't be able to put out any videos during that time. So that's where I'll be. After that, I've got some time alone here. My wife's going to be spending the time up to Christmas kind of taking care of her mom, and I'll be doing some streaming, guys. So holiday streams are coming up here very soon. Hopefully some of you guys will have time to poke your heads in and say hello. I'll stream right up until Christmas. And yeah, that's kind of all the announcements I have for today. We're going to be looking at Speed versus Shine. Been enjoying so much the Speed games that have been on the ladder recently. I'm really glad to see this guy still cranking away on the ladder. That's kind of where he butters his bread, right? This is where he first developed his skill, is through just constant ladder practice, and he's not slowing down at all, which is amazing to see. A lot of players, they don't like to play like the professionals. They very rarely do they like to play like on ladder. For example, Soul Key, you almost never get ladder games from him. It's so rare to find them because he's constantly playing customs. He's mostly just streaming custom games against other pro players and doing practice in silent. Like, he's not allowing people to look at his replays because he's the top of the world. Doesn't want other people to get a hold of his replays and try to find a way to break his style, to find a way to undermine his good play. Ooh, one drone went down there. Shine gonna be under a bit of pressure here with the 1rax FE coming in, pushing back some of these drones. Already losing a drone is really horrible. That's super painful. But if he loses another one now, it's just gonna be that much worse. This drone gonna make a run for it. Secondary drone here in the main base will buy that time for the Lings to get out here. Oh, he's not just gonna try and target that. Well, it's understandable. Gonna get the timing on the layer and that. Just gonna try and buy as much time as he can. While those Lings are chasing him around, they're not headed towards his base, although he does have a wall back at home, so he's gonna be completely fine. Looking at the build here, a 2rax with Academy Rush gonna be coming out for Speed. He's going to be putting on quite a bit of pressure and hopefully forcing multiple sunken colonies at the front. In fact, Shine already going to drop one of those sunken colonies, making sure that he is 100% safe. He hasn't really been able to get any information as to what Speed is up to, so I understand the choice to throw down that sunken colony so early. When you can't get the overload over the natural and you haven't been able to get Lings in, it's very scary, a potential vulture play. So you can see he's set up for a vulture run by. If vultures try to run this way, you can try to block at the ramp. And the sunken is well placed to prevent a vulture from tucking itself in this back corner. Second gas is going to come up as the Spire gets closer and closer to finishing. Jada, I just looked at the name here. It's JDU Shine. That is Shine. Is going to be pumping out these Mutalisks very, very soon. There's the second creep colony, realizing what's coming. Just pre 5 minutes, already pushing out with the one Firebat and the medic. You're not going to be able to deal with this with just the common like 6 slings and 1 sunken colony. That's not going to be the case with that fire bat kind of changing the math. So he's forced to build this second sunken colony. Does end up canceling it. At least canceling the sunken morph there. As he realizes that the Marines and medics have changed direction. They're out there looking for a third base now. Not going to find it, as Shine instead has gone for a third hatchery in base. Gonna be that macro hatchery, rather than going for a pretty quick third. Now, with +1 attack on the way, you know that Shine's gonna be a little bit more aggressive. This is the upgrade you want to get when you're going to be breaking turrets. So the Marine medic out on the map, he finds it. That's a huge moment. The fact that he just found that Marine medic group with the lings means he's almost definitely going to be able to kill this. Almost certainly will get the kill on all of these. This all depends on, or it's just going to matter how many mutas end up going down to this. Looks like he loses 1 ling and no mutas. Beautifully done here by Shine. Getting rid of that bio ball. And it really didn't do anything out on the map. He's been able to follow his build to a T. This firebat looking for a third base. Not going to find it still. Does lose 1 overlord unfortunately. But has 3 more on the way. Going to begin to harass the turrets here over the barracks. And this is quite a few Mutalists getting in and harassing. This is a lot of trouble for Speed. Let's see how much damage he can do and how quickly these mutas are going to end up dying. Supply depots at the front are a great target. Flying in a little bit too deep there though. Now going to go after the missile turret. Quite a few more mutas are on the way. A drone makes its way to the front. You can see that the rally point is a little bit far ahead of these forces. And Shine is having a bit of a hard time controlling everything, macroing back at home, and getting these mutas out and dealing damage at the same time. I'm gonna go after some of these Marines as they pop out. He still does not have a third base, so this medic Marine force that's coming across the map is not nearly as scary as Speed wants it to be. Second sunken colony is gonna get started, but overlords are moving out on the map. And they're gonna start to get picked off in large numbers. If Speed can push forward just a little bit further, quite a few sunken colonies are being made. I think this is going to be an all-in from Shine into the main base of Speed. He's building those sunken colonies so that he can continue to pressure and continue to attack in with his mutas while the Marine medic is going across the map and trying to deal that counter damage. The sunken colonies are going to be there to stop that. You can see Speed heads across the map with his Marine medic, but these mutas are going to do so much damage in this main base. And he just scanned, I think, the natural, saw the 4 sunken colonies and decides to turn around. Speed kind of waffling back and forth, but I think he's making the right choice in the end. Sending the Marine medic back to deal with this muta ball is the right choice. He just needs to get into some splash damage so he can deal with these mutas, and there's no third base for Shine. So as long as he survives and gets that splash damage out, he's going to be in a pretty okay position. Now, losing more SCVs, though, is hurting his spot. 23 to 27. Never a good sign for a Terran player to be behind in workers, especially not at 9 minutes in the game. There's still no third base, but any moment... Oh, gosh. Full-on transition from Shine. I think he's gonna just 2-base all in. I don't think he's even gonna try to take a third. We're gonna see... Oh god. Shine accidentally rallying on top of the missile turrets. That's not right. I think we're gonna see a Lurker and Defiler push into the natural off of 2 bases to try and end things as soon as possible. No third base necessary. Shine is gonna be relying on these mutas to keep Speed busy and force him to build Valkyries in order to deal with these mutas until the sudden transition catches him off guard, catches Speed off guard. Only has 11 meters remaining though. Maybe not enough to keep the lid on Speed, as he has a second Valkyrie out now. I think he does. Or does he? Where's the second Valkyrie? Maybe he didn't have enough money to make that. He's so low on SCVs. It's kind of understandable. He's just now going to get a second gas, as his main gas was killed off earlier. Bunch of lurkers are going to be coming out in a moment, but there's not a lot of gas to work with. Shine really has to make some hard decisions now with what he invests his gas into. He's just about to finish Hive, so he needs to build the Defiler Mound, which is going to cost 100 gas, but he needs to build a bunch of lurkers as well. This Bio Ball is pretty big with the Valkyrie support. It's going to be hard to take this fight. He doesn't have armor on these mutas. He's only gone for that +1, and I don't see any Scourge either. I don't think he can afford Scourge right now. Scourge would cut into his lurker number, and of course the all-important Defiler Mound timing. Lings are going around for a counterattack. 4 Sunken Colonies in the natural are going to be holding on against all this bio, but will they be able to hold on long enough for these lurkers to pop out? The eggs are about to finish. The mutas come in from behind, but they're going to be pushed back immediately by these Valkyries running by. The lurkers will burrow, but Lings come up from the side. Oh my gosh, these Lings are coming in at such a clutch timing. Gonna be surrounding this. The lurkers just need to get in range. These Lings on the ramp are so clutch. Oh, he makes it just in time. Oh my goodness, dude. If those Marines had been able to run down this ramp, this would have been over, I think. You just cannot chase down Marines in your own base with lurkers. They're gonna, you know, keep turning on you and just blasting you down over and over again. It's like he did manage to win this trade with the mutas versus those Valkyries, but that was a rough trade. That was a rough scenario. The Lings coming in super clutch from the rallies, able to surround and kill with just these 4 lurkers remaining. Defilers are gonna start to come out. Can Shine push in for the win though? He's almost fully committed to this 2-base play, but he's finally getting the 3rd base online. During all that chaos, I'm not sure how Shine was able to make that happen. How was he able to get that 3rd base up while all that insane play was going on? Meanwhile, Speed somehow managed to get out 38 workers. He pumped up that worker count again. Even during all that pressure he was putting onto Shine, he manages to get those workers into position, and his economy is very reasonable at this point. Like 35 workers is all you really need on 2 bases to become extremely powerful. Oh boy, this is some great target control by Speed. However, the Lings are going to screen for the remainder of the lurkers, and a lot more Marines ended up going down. The Lings, excuse me, screen for the lurkers, and so many Marines end up falling. Double hatchery in the main base. Hydralis Defiler is going to be the build of choice, I believe. Don't have Plague just yet. There it is. It starts. He should be getting an extra evolution chamber here soon to get +1 attack on missile attacks. And well, this is a big bioforce. I'm not sure if he can hold on against this. He's got 2 ramps to deal with, and he's only got just one lurker in this natural. D-Matrix goes down. Dark Swarm is here though. Dark Swarm on that 1 lurker. 2 lurkers on the high ground. It's a pretty good block here. Oh gosh, the lurker actually attacking that 1 Marine that went running past. Can he actually break this base? That 1 D-Matrix actually making all the difference in the world. He's probably going to be able to gun down the Nidus Canal before that can pop any units through. A Dark Storm goes down on the gas geyser as he pulls all the drones to that. Looks like the Lurker gonna get under this Dark Swarm. Maybe he can just barely hold this with another rally of units coming out. He needs another Defiler. He needs a lot more Lings and a Lurker to do this, but the third base is going down, and there it is, it pops. The third base falling, maybe the nail in the coffin here for our Zerg. Running forward, trying to get on top of this, but the Lurker spines are just not dealing the damage that they need to. He will barely be able to clean this, it seems, and he might get the vessel as well, but more Marines and Fire Bats are making their way to the front. And yeah, he's just, oh, 2 HP on that. 2 HP on that one science vessel. Crazy that he was actually able to keep that alive. Long distance mining with all of these drones is kind of hilarious. Finally does get that one vessel, by the way. Dark Swarm, Plague on a lot of these units is very good. Has another another Defiler for a Dark Swarm, but he's got no Lurkers to speak of. The drones that are long distance mining are going to get picked off, and Fire Bats coming to the forefront, dealing with these small numbers of units that are just sitting underneath the Dark Swarm. It's a perfect type of unit to deal with that. Fire Bats with that splash damage. Gonna be able to possibly break through this very minimal defense, but this, oh my goodness, that Plague though. That's like every Marine. There's one single Lurker here. That might actually be enough. That one Lurker might hold on to this base, and yeah, it looks like it will end up holding. He just needs to get the surround on this army. There's the Hydra's coming up. Hydra's speed is on the way. I don't know if he has range yet or not. He might, but it kind of looks like he doesn't. Lurker gonna come under fire here as the Marines run up this ramp. Hydra's gonna have to retreat under the Dark Swarm, but he can't afford to be losing all these Overlords. He's gonna get supply blocked here in a moment, and he may end up losing the hatchery as well. Another Dark Swarm may come down, but the Filer here needs to consume something and get forward so that he can possibly stop this. Oh gosh, he throws down the Dark Swarm there. Unfortunately, the only thing that can attack under the Dark Swarm is the Ling, and the hatchery goes down. Oh my gosh, I need to take a breath here. I'm feeling a bit lightheaded. This has been a crazy game so far. And another base is gonna go up for Shine. He's barely holding on with his fingernails, but they're slowly breaking off at the cuticle. He's got almost nothing left. Aside from this one force that's coming across the map, he does not have energy in this Defiler though yet. He needs to consume something, and he's gonna get irradiated immediately. So the irradiate comes down. He only has enough for one Dark Swarm, and so he will not be able to push up any further. Of course, Hydras can camp under this. Oh boy, this is gonna kill so much. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So many Hydras going down to this. Like 5 Hydras just died to that one irradiate. That is crazy. Another base coming up from speed, although he's already secured a third. He is growing a little bit faster than Shine, who's just been stifled so hard on his 3 base economy. He's been forced down to 2 bases multiple times, and now he can't even afford to build this, to rebuild this. He's trying to push forward and just get some sort of momentum going, maybe get on top of this base. He is going to get on top of this base and might be able to do something with that. However, back at home, he's going to be pressured by the Marine medic. One big Plague could actually kill all these Marines and medics, but he doesn't have the energy. He needed to get the consume off. Can he get the Plague? There's the big Plague that he needed. That Plague so huge, dealing a lot of damage to these Marines. Looks like the counterattack actually got cleaned up here at the 3rd base for speed. Shine is trying his best. He's barely holding on right now, but Fire Bats en masse gonna shove him away. 2 more Lurkers make their way down to this base. 6 kills on this one, 2 on that one. Now 8 kills on this one Lurker. Does he get the kill? No, I don't think he can do it. The one single medic is actually gonna hold down everything. Oh, and some Fire Bats and Marines get into the main base as well. I might have to picture that. Was it a drop? Was it just a run by? I'm not entirely sure. But there's only 17 workers remaining here for Shine. He's putting in a valiant effort, but he loses the Defiler Mount as well. His spawning pool died too, so he can't even make any lings at this point. So what is he going to consume to get energy with this one single Defiler? I don't even know. Plus one. Upgrades are going to finish here. +3, +1 attack for the Hydras is going to finish. That is a funny situation to be in. With +3 armor, I don't think I've ever really seen that exact set of upgrades. Running in underneath the Dark Swarm here himself. He can just target down the hatchery, but lurkers are gonna come up. Oh, the lurkers can't get under the Dark Swarm. Oh, that's so frustrating. Lurkers getting blocked out from running under the Dark Swarm, and this Marine medic group will clear out everything. In the end, Speed managing to take this away with his very, like, this is his, what would you say? This is his signature. This is his speciality. Just insane pressure play. Able to pull Shine apart. You can see he's just not quite capable of doing it at the level that Speed is. He's just all over the place, all up in your grill, non-stop, 24/7. He rips Shine apart and puts him in his place. Beautifully done. But Shine, a valiant effort nonetheless, holding on for a crazy amount of time on such a low economy. You just see the strength of Hydraless Defiler shown in spades in this game. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this single game video. We'll be back after the next couple of days, I guess on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll be putting out some longer series for you guys once again. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.